If you are creating a simple video for either home or classroom use, Apple has created a version of iMovie to be used on the iPad. While the program has several limitations, it can still be an effective tool for creating online videos. To power up the iPad, press and hold the single black button on top of the device until the Apple logo pops up. The volume control is on the side of the iPad, next to a small switch that will allow you to either mute or lock the rotation. There are front and back cameras, as well as a speaker, headphone jack, and microphone. Slide to unlock opens the iPad. Select the Camera app, which comes standard with the iPad. It's possible to record the footage in iMovie, but recording into the Camera app provides more flexibility of the footage. Either use the built-in microphone or an external microphone to record the video. This external microphone reduces the background noise and may be a better option than the built-in mic. For this video, we will use actors and a scripted scene, but iMovie is also great for video blogs or simple documentaries. First, attach the microphone to the iPad port. Make sure that the red line on the mic is turned toward your subject. Before recording, make sure the microphone is not covered and keep your other hand away from the home button. Hit the red record button, wait a few seconds, and then cue the actors to start the scene. This shot is a two-shot or master shot to show all of the actors in the scene and where they are in relation to one another. To achieve a nice composition, imagine that your screen is divided into a tic-tac-toe grid. Place the eye line of the actors on the top bar, which should also line them up on the vertical bars. This will help you maintain proper headroom and be comfortable for the viewer to watch. This is a basic description of the rule of thirds technique. When the action is through, hit the red button again. Your footage is now stored in the Camera application, and when you launch iMovie, your footage will show up in the video bin for any project you may work on. Tap the iMovie icon to launch the program. Tap the plus icon to start your new project, and then choose New Project. You can edit with iMovie either horizontally or vertically. I would recommend keeping it horizontal so that all of the windows are available and the timeline has more space. You should see all of the footage shot with the Camera app in the video bin. If you don't, go to the Settings app and click on Privacy. First, make sure Location Services is turned on, and then turn on the Camera and iMovie apps. The iMovie app is divided up into three parts: the video bin, where your footage is stored, the timeline, where you piece the video together, and the playback window, where you can see the raw footage or the edited project. To start editing, tap the video footage you want to use. You can either do a rough edit by dragging the handles at either end of the footage, or you can hit the arrow to drop the entire clip into the timeline. Let's choose this option. The footage now shows up in the timeline, and you can see it in the playback window. The pink vertical line is the playhead. The playhead represents where you are in the clip, and if you hit the play button, you'll be able to watch the footage. To perform a basic edit, play the footage until you find the point where you want to splice it. Stop the playback and tap the clip once. Swipe your finger down the playhead to cut the footage. If you made a mistake, then hit the Edit Undo button found in the playback window. Zooming into the footage can be helpful and is done by unpinching your fingers. Now trim the footage again. iMovie cuts the footage and places a transition marker between the two shots. Let's delete the footage that we don't want. Double tap the clip and select Delete Clip. Keep in mind that all of the original footage is still on the iPad, but the duration of the video in the timeline is now shorter. Let's trim the end of the footage. Find where to cut, single tap, swipe, double tap, and delete. In the video bin, you can see an orange line on any footage that is used in the timeline. To add more video to your project, go back to the Camera app. This time we will shoot an establishment shot. The two actors are approaching the building where the primary scene will be set. This footage will be placed before the footage that is currently in the video. Relaunch iMovie and drop the footage into the timeline. If the footage is in the wrong location, press and drag a clip to position it at the beginning of the timeline. Trim the footage as before. iMovie also placed a cross-dissolve transition. To change the duration or the type of transition, double-click and select the style you want. The transitions most commonly used in film or television are either a straight cut or cross-dissolve. Use the theme option sparingly or not at all. The double arrow icon is for fine-tuning your edits. If you cut from one shot to the next too soon or too late, you can slip or slide either the outgoing footage or the incoming footage by dragging on the handles. Zooming is really helpful for these adjustments. Just press the double arrow to exit. Clicking the waveform icon reveals audio levels in the timeline so you can see if the audio is good or not. Double tap a clip to activate the settings box. Here you can raise, lower, or mute the audio for each clip. Once you've adjusted the audio, you can add music to your project by clicking the music icon. You have several options to choose from. The last 4 options depends on whether you have music in the iTunes library or not. We will focus on the top 2 choices. iMovie comes preloaded with 8 themes. Hit the play icon to preview. Click on the title to choose one, and iMovie will put it at the beginning of the project. Unfortunately, you cannot have the music start wherever you like. However, if you want it to end before the tune finishes, click the settings icon on the right side of the screen and turn loop background music to off. Then you can drag the right handle to decrease the length of the audio. Another unfortunate point is that the music immediately stops without fading out. The music will automatically duck under any voiceover audio that is attached to the video.
So this is the math library. It's actually one of my very favorite places to study on campus. It's really nice.
To add graphics to the video, double tap a clip where you want the title to come in. Click Title Style, and for this example, select Opening. Tap where it says Title Text Here and type in your graphic. Hit Done to close the window. The look of the graphic is determined by whatever theme that is selected. This can be chosen in the Project Settings window, and you can determine which one suits the project best. Press the paper start icon in the playback window. This takes you back to the iMovie Start screen. You can retitle your project by tapping My Project in the marquee to activate the keyboard. Hit the play button to review the final video. If you choose to optimize playback, it will process the video for a couple minutes. If you say no, it will play the video right away.
So this is the math library. It's actually one of my very favorite places to study on campus because it's really nice right here.
Very pretty and quiet.
Yeah.
Press the Share Movie icon, and from here you have many options of sharing the video. If you choose YouTube, you will have to log into a YouTube account and then enter some basic information and choose Share. The video will export and upload to YouTube. This information is enough to get you started using iMovie, but in Part 2, we'll cover using a tripod, inserting additional camera angles, and doing a voiceover. For more information, stop by Sealy Mud 110 or call us at extension 5069. And thanks for watching.